Nick Ball leading, but Figueroa is not so far behind. This is final round. I've got it 106, 103 in favor of Nick Ball. And this round, whoever wins this round, whoa, Nick Ball, oh, no, Nick Ball is on the floor. He's not going to get up. He looks bothered. The referee said, are you ready? He said, yes. He said he's ready to go. Figueroa is going to stop him. Figueroa is going to stop Nick Ball here. Is it going to be an upset? Nick Ball is done. He's finished. Referee stopped the fight. He's done. Referee stopped the fight. Figueroa has won this fight. Figueroa has got the upset. Oh my goodness. What a result for Figueroa there. My goodness. What a result for Figueroa. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was unexpected. Figueroa has won it against Nick Ball. And Nick Ball has been knocked out cold. Wow. Wow. What a knockout. That came out of nowhere. That came out of nowhere. And we need to see the replay. That came out of nowhere. I did not see it. Where did that come from? Crowd is terrible. That is unbecoming of a boxing crowd. What was that? Why is the crowd getting all involved with what's happening in the ring? What an upset. That came out of nowhere. That shot came out of nowhere. Nick Ball knocked out cold. You know, the way Nick Ball was knocked out, or the way he went down, I knew that it was over because he went face first on the canvas. Look at that. Where did that shot come from? Where did that shot? Was it a sneaky left? Oh, it was a sneaky left hook. Jeez, that was a sneaky left hook. Ah, do you know what that reminds me of? Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois. That shot that Usyk landed, that's what it reminded me of. And Nick Ball was nowhere to be found. Nick Ball was nowhere. He was done. He was finished. And Figueroa just done it. What a KO. What a fight. What a fight. What a knockout by Figueroa. That was a sneaky left hook that came out of nowhere. Nick Ball just didn't see it coming. Incredible fight. Figueroa, 3-division world champion. Because and it's also because it's a 12th round, right? He's tired. He's shattered. And that left hook just came from nowhere. Shout out to Eldon Joe. Eldon Joe says, what a KO. Yes, what a KO. Wow. Kashmir says, holy moly. Yeah. That was a shot. What a shot that was. Incredible. That reminds me of Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois. The Ivan shot that Usyk landed. Not the same, but something similar. Just very sneaky and just out of nowhere. Just bang. And that's it. That's the end of it. Kashmir says the crowd are out of order. Yeah. It's pathetic from the crowd, really. Eldon Joe says crowd ain't happy. Yeah, they were not happy. The Blazik Boxing says shit crowd. Yeah. You don't want the crowd getting involved and doing all that stuff. Eldon Joe says they celebrated a bit too hard. Eldon Joe says can't be throwing bottles though. Yeah, you can't be doing that. Kashmir says crowd should be ashamed of themselves. Yeah. You can't have the crowd misbehaving and doing all of that. That's terrible. That's not what we want to see in boxing. Boxing Monkey says Mexican pride. Yes, Mexican pride. He came in there and he came and he took the belt from the champion. Literally, he took those belts from the champion. And sometimes that's how you have to win these championship belts, because you have to take the belt from the champion. You know, if you leave it to the judges, for example, this fight, if it had gone the distance, they would have given this fight to Nick Ball. So Figueroa had to win this fight knockout. He had to do it, because sometimes that's the only way you win these fights, and that is knocking the opponent out and making it very difficult for the judges to have any say at all about it. And that's exactly what we saw there. Incredible shot. Incredible left hook. Eldon Joe says, really, is the shots that you don't see that hurt you? Yes, Eldon, I agree. The shot that you don't expect, and especially because it is in the 12th round, right? You're tired. When you get hit with those shots, you just don't. It's hard to come back from them, and that's what we saw. Boxing Monkey says, look like we might see Figueroa versus Inoue. I'd love to see that fight. Figueroa versus Inoue would be a good fight. Although I'm going to make Inoue the favorite for that fight. We've just seen there Figueroa can do damage. He can land something big, and if he lands something big, that could be, that could be the end of it. So Figueroa versus Inoue could be a great fight, and I'd love to see that fight. Kashmir says the short left hook was brutal. Yeah, brutal left hook. Ugh, big shot. This is boxing, guys. This is why we love boxing, isn't it? Because you just never know. You just never know. Boxing is the most exciting sports there is, because everything will be going well, and then all of a sudden, bang, it's done. It's over. And that's exactly what we saw there. Nick Ball, in my opinion, was winning this fight. He was nicking it, right? He wasn't winning it convincingly, but he was nicking this fight. And he was the home fighter. So, he had the crowd behind him. He had a confidence. He was nicking this fight. And then, all of a sudden, boom. That's it. Done. This is boxing. This is how it goes in this sport. It's crazy. Boxing is a crazy sport, guys. And we love it. Boxing is a crazy sport, and we love it. Because these are the sort of decisions or the sort of outcomes that you get in boxing that you don't get in any other sport, where all of a sudden everything can end just like that, just out of nothing. And that's what Figueroa managed to do tonight. Congratulations to him. He came out victorious tonight. Boxing Monkey says Weibo fights means short career. Yeah. He fights with everything, right? But also he has to fight like that, Boxing Monkey. Like, he has to, because he's so short. He hasn't got advantage in anything. So he has to make his advantages. He has to make it into a dog fight. He has to make it into a hard fight. And that's exactly what he did. And that's how he fights most of the time, Nick Ball, because if he doesn't make it that way, he's not going to get the advantages. He's 5'2". Everybody in that division will be taller than Nick Ball. So he has to fight that way. And yes, it's a recipe for disaster when every single round of every fight, you're given 100%. He should be able to take rounds off, but because he's so short, he has to make up for it. Which means that in round 12, for example, he was shattered. He was done. And that's why when that left hook landed, that was the end of it, really. There was nothing that he could do about it because he was tired. He's given everything. And that is because of his fighting style. He's given everything. And that was the end of it, really.